Shalom, Yashala Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Kol Holoyim La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Haracha Kodash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth, so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith and the work. Shall keep at it. This your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of Job, chapter 5 and verse 12. It says, He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right? The devil in real life making major moves as far as the economy goes, and as far as everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything's that's written for this devil to make moves towards. That's what he's doing. New World Order, the image of the beast. You know what I'm saying? Revelation 13. Right? Control of society. Right? Implementing auto ob KO, right, in order to get certain things across that normally wouldn't fly in society. Right? This devil is real life making moves right now, man. Right? And let me see. Call on La Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah for it. Because if the devil making moves, that's because Yahweh got him doing it. Scripture says, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Right? So, the Most High got this devil moving how he moving so that these prophecies can come to pass. Right? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He only got so much time, and now we see the panic, but we see it in a deceitful way. The devil don't panic like everybody else, man. He do it real sneaky like, right? So, with that, I'm going to let this video play, and I'll be back.
America has hit its debt limit, surpassing its $31.4 trillion debt cap. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has notified Congress that she's enacting, quote, extraordinary measures to buy time before the government goes into default. Sky News Washington correspondent Annalise Nielsen joins us now for the latest. Annalise, what does this mean for the economy?
Look, it means the US economy is on the brink of what could be some catastrophic economic indicators, but what we've seen now from the Treasury is that they're pulling out the last few things in their arsenal to stop that happening. So technically, the US has hit that debt ceiling, over $31 trillion of debt. That's a legislated amount that usually passed in a bipartisan way, where they say, look, we can't borrow any more to pay our obligations, but we're going to lift that anyway so we can. This time, though, it has expired, and the pressure is that things are so close in Congress, especially the House of Representatives. Just 5 Republicans can pull back and all of a sudden there's no deal on the table. So what Treasury's done is they've said, look, we've hit this limit. For the next few months, we're going to be not paying into some funds that we usually would. We're going to move things around to make sure we can keep paying into those really serious obligations, things like Medicare, veterans benefits. But they've said that that has a limit as well. Janet Yellen said that that will expire around June 5. But in the letter she sent to Congress, she also said the period of time that extraordinary measures may last is subject to considerable uncertainty, including the challenge of forecasting the payments and receipts of the US government months into the future. So she's saying that these measures will hold them over, but not necessarily for as long as people think they are. Congress needs to do a deal. Now, the problem is Congress is saying, hey, we want to talk to the White House, see what we can get out of them before we agree to lift anything. And the White House is saying it's not up for negotiation.
This is an issue where waiting doesn't benefit anybody. This is about certainty and stability for the U.S. economy. And so what needs to happen is Congress needs to, again, do what it has done in the past. This is actually not that complicated. This happened 3 times under our predecessor. And there is plenty of space and time to talk about how to continue the progress on the fiscal side as well.
This is going to be the first major test for the new Speaker, Kevin McCarthy. He's already facing pressure to try and get some kind of deal done. Joe Manchin weighed in on this, important centrist Democrat in the Senate, saying that they will get it sorted.
we will pay our debts. We always have, we always will. How Messi is going to getting from point A to point B, we don't know yet. But we're going to have to agree that we have a tremendous amount of debt that we're writing checks our kids can't cash.
So there it is. I don't know if this devil doing this on purpose or is this sincere. Who knows? It's the devil. But at the end of the day, we see the news, right? The dollar, man, or the daughter of Babylon, rather, it ain't looking too good. Right, now adding this on with what's going on in the World Economic Forum and the discussion of digital currency being released on this earth, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of skeptical of this news as if the sincerity of it, right? But check what the devil said. The devil said, we pay our debts, we always have, always will. How? If you always have and always will, your ass wouldn't have been $31.4 trillion in debt if you always have and always will, right? Devil just exposed himself, right, mid-sentence. The scripture says they do that, right? They fall upon their own tongues, right? They real life tell the truth. If you let the devil talk long enough, man, the truth gonna slide away, slip out. Then they try to back the truth up with a lie to try to cover up the evidence, right? But that's just how the devil operate, right? So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 140 and verse 1. It says, to the chief musician, the Psalm of David, deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war, right? You best believe, man, in the midst of all of this, it's chaos in the midst of all of this, right? It just looked calm, but they introducing something to this world that if you don't have eyes to see, you won't be able to see it. But call Elohim like Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Haracha Kodash. He bless his elect, and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Rashazah. I'm a part of that elect, and you are too if you can understand and hear his word to be able to see. And to be able to hear prophecy, see the word, understand what's going on in this world for real, and not be blinded, right? Not be blinded by the tricks or the wiles of the devil, right? Psalm 140 and verse 4 says, keep me, O Yahweh, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purposed to overthrow my goings, because that's what this is all about, right? All this is about is taking society in a route that society really don't want to go, and they know society don't want to go that route because the people have been speaking out against it. That's why they had to change their narratives, change up certain words that they use as it pertains to certain things. Like they don't say new world order no more, right? They changed it to something else, right? I forget the term. Was it reglobalization or something like that, right? But that's the reason why. So Psalm 140 and verse 3, they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Salah, right? Best believe all this sweet talk this man talking about, man, we've always paid our debts and we always will. Nah, you haven't. And you saying that for a reason, right? Like I said, we've been paying attention to the central bank situation, and we've been paying attention to what's going on over there in Davos, right? We pay attention to a lot of things that the devil does. All of these secret meetings that we have to dig for information from, we pay attention to it, and we go into the scriptures, and it all adds up because the word speaks about these times, speaks about these days, speaks about the devil's devices. And Yahweh Bashim Shai revealed this devil, you know what I'm saying, long ago. Right? Let's see, this is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2. And verse 3 says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come. It's talking about the day of the Lord. Right? Except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Right? So the Most High already said this devil was going to get exposed, and he constantly getting exposed as we speak. Right? So I end with that, man. Exposure, leads to destruction, according to the word. So, with that, Yahweh Hashem Al-Shah these precepts in this video were edifying. Kol Haloyim La Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Harakha Kotash Shalom Yashalom.